All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you're welcome to another beautiful time on your favorite channel, Street Media. Hey, yo, if this is your first time tuning into this channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to click on that little notification bell button over there so you can get notified every time I drop a video. All right, let's roll into the matter of the day. Yeah, my apologies for not dropping a video recently. I've been in the studio working on 2 mixtapes that are gonna be out soon, so you might just want to wait on that to check it out when it drops. Okay, my apologies once again. I hope you all accept my apologies. All right, let's roll into the matter of the day. We're going to be talking about Ice-T. Yeah, Ice-T has come out to state a very interesting, a strong message out to artists. Here's what he said. He said, artist public service announcement. He said, doing interviews can be risky. If you don't know what you're doing, they will talk to you for hours hoping you say one thing they can twist and hype for clicks. Unfortunately, most podcasts have now devolved to this BS. Just saying. You see, most interviews are the reasons why artists have beefs between one another. I don't know if you agree with me. Let me repeat myself. I said most interviews are the reasons why most artists and entertainers have issues or beefs with one another. Because once these artists, they go for an interview, these OAPs, the people who are interviewing them, they just keep talking for hours. They just keep throwing out questions for hours and waiting for the artist to say one thing that is going to send a ripple of trouble around the industry. That's it. Nothing more. And Lil Durk said something in one of his mixtapes. He said why he hates going on interview is because they bring up rats. They bring up troubles. Which is not right, So I don't think, let these OAPs, let them know. These guys who owns this podcast, let them know. These journalists, let them know that this thing they're doing is not right. You can't sit someone down and talk to him for hours, and at the end of the day, you just want to bring out trouble from that. It's going to bring trouble. Why do that? So well, let's move on to another story. We're gonna be talking about the legendary Swiss Beats and Timbaland. You see, they both were on Instagram Live, and they were talking about the versus battle between Rick Ross and T.I. Okay, let me say this before I put out that story. You remember I told you that Rick Ross' car show was cancelled. Yeah, it was cancelled because a lot of people in his neighborhood filed a petition against him, but still on, the money has to keep coming in. He has to keep doing things to make the money come in. So along the line, he said he wanted to do a versus battle between with him and against T.I. And T.I. said the following. Let me tell you what he said. He said, T.I. said he wanted to do a versus battle with anybody from New York City, but not Rick Ross. Like, Rick Ross is not his match. You understand? Then I think Swiss Beats and Timbaland, they're like, they should go on this versus battle, but T.I. is not buying it. T.I. said, you can go on a versus battle with my grandpa or my father, but no. I think Boston Rhymes jumped into the conversation. I was like, he's gonna go on a versus battle with T.I. T.I. said no, and Busta Rhymes says he's going to battle 60 rappers or 6 rappers at the same time. Rather, sorry, 6 rappers at the same time. You see, most of these rappers are heavyweights. You don't just want to go there. You don't want to go there to test their lyrical strength or what they're capable of doing or what they're capable of saying. You don't want to go there at all. Saying you want to battle with the king of the South. The king has his preferences. He knows, okay, this is not my match. No, this is not my match. This is not my match. That's it. That's what T.I. You see, I love T.I. because he's a man that I think for the longest period of time he has been on game. He has been on point. He has been living his life just the way he did that song with Rihanna. All right, yeah, I think I got a shout out right here. Okay, shout out to Lafayette boy, yeah. In my last video, I saw his comment and I decided to just read it out. He said, take a deep breath and take your time. A lot of people, when you say something, when you're talking in the public, not everyone agrees with what you're saying. Even if what you're saying is right or 100% right, not everyone will agree with you. Some people will say, oh, there's another side to the story. Some people will not believe you. Some people will say trash and stuff like that. But it's all good. It actually keeps me going, seeing your comments, and it helps to straighten me up in what I'm doing. Okay? And Lafayette boy, thank you for that beautiful comment. I really appreciate it. God bless you. All right, let's move ahead. And finally, the rapper, I think you've probably heard this story, but let me just put it out there. I always say that as a rapper, it's not good for you to indulge in crime. After you do these crimes, you're going to spend 20 years in jail. What? Oh man, it's so funny. All right, the rapper Chef G and Sleepy Hollow have been arrested in a gang takedown. And so far so good. 32 people have been arrested. It was said that Chef G is affiliated with the nine Treeways, and I think he rose to prominent status in the gang, and instead of using the money he realized from his music to push his music, he started using his money to finance the gang activities, And it was also said that he actually was a getaway driver. He drove 2 guys who were going to kill somebody. He drove them to the place and waited for them while they go do what they know how to do best, and sat in a vehicle as a getaway driver. Can you imagine? You see, I keep saying these things that these rappers are doing, when they're in the streets, they get famous. Instead of getting out of the streets, they remain in the streets, do a lot of dirt, get roped up in trash, and that's the end of the rap careers. I can't imagine that me having a rap career, a whole life ahead of me, I'll throw it away because of the streets. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't dare do that. As a matter of fact, right now the town is very, very hot. But I'm not gonna find myself inside there in the streets because, oh yeah, I'm a rapper and I'm in a gang and stuff like that. Even if you're in a gang, you should use your head. Don't allow the activities of the gang to use your head for you. You make use of your head. Most people they join gangs for the fact that, okay, I'm being oppressed on the streets. I'm being oppression. They don't want any kind of oppression from anyone, And you find those kind of people, they're cool as hell. 100 years, you wouldn't even know that, oh, this guy is in a gang, But they're gonna be cool as hell. Why? They just don't want oppression, They join these gangs just so that they can have some kind of backup, Not to go and rob someone, not to go and kill someone, Not to go and steal from someone or kidnap someone. That's not the reason why they join the gangs. So I don't really, these days, I think the concept of joining gangs and fraternities and stuff like that, these days that's changed. I think back then it was for to help one another, but right now it's killing one another. It's killing one another. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do well to like, do well to subscribe. Hey yo, thank you for listening to Street Media. Okay, do have a great day. Peace, peace, peace.